Hi there, my name is Kurt. I'm the owner of the Becker Law Firm and Archangel Corporate Services in Orlando, Florida. There are a ton of people right now that I think they hear the word or the term LLC so much that it's lost its meaning. And this video is going to cover what an LLC is, why you should highly consider it if you own or operate a business. And I'm going to go through sort of the steps needed in order of priority to set up a company like an LLC. So the first step is to designate a registered agent. This is going to be listed on your formation paperwork, which is the same thing as your articles of organization. Probably heard that term as well. The registered agent accepts your LLC's state and legal mail. So that just means any communications that come from the state or the court system will be directed to the registered agent at the location within that state. So there's going to be a registered agent office that will be identified as well. This means that if you opt to be your own registered agent, which is permitted by some states, your name and home or office address will become part of your LLC's permanent public record. Some people don't like that. They like to remain anonymous or keep their personal information out of the public record as much as possible. But some states do allow you to act as your own. Second step, name the company. Now you need to go on to the Secretary of State website. They usually have an online database where you can search for the available names just to make sure that you don't have to go back and submit any unnecessary amendments in the future. So when choosing a name, you should also need to avoid restricted words or phrases and include a business entity identifier. An identifier meaning you need to specify, is this going to be an LLC? For a corporation, you would identify it as INC period or incorporated. That's what they mean by an entity identifier. Third step is where we actually form the company. We take all of that information, your name, your email, or I'm sorry, like a business email, a business address, and we submit the articles of organization. So as I mentioned, those are the LLC formation documents that get submitted and processed by the Secretary of State. Requirements vary state to state, but at a minimum, you'll generally need to include the LLC name, your registered agent, and a signature from that agent or from one of the members of the company. Fourth step is we want to definitely get an employer identification number, also referred to as an EIN. This is essentially the social security number for your business. This is what you will take to a bank along with your articles of organization to then set up a business bank account to make sure that you keep your personal funds separate from business funds. Fifth step is we want to have a operating agreement for the company. Basically what this is a document that lays out all of the internal operations for the company. This is a very, very, very important document to have. A lot of courts now are making sure that companies have an operating agreement and they are conducting their business day to day in a way that coincides or matches the duties and the roles and responsibilities that are outlined in the operating agreement. And if you're acting outside of those roles and responsibilities, then the courts have generally not afforded the liability protections because you're not operating your business as in the way that you say you're going to. So they're getting a little bit more strict with having an operating agreement, but also conducting business day to day so that it matches with what you have in there. Sixth step is to open a bank account. Take that EIN and your articles of organization. As I mentioned, you'll take that to a bank to set up a separate bank account to keep your personal assets separate from your business assets and to not commingle those funds. 99% of the time, though, you can apply for an EIN so long as you have the following documents to prove your ownership: articles of organization, aka articles of incorporation, if it's going to be a C Corp or an S Corp, your operating agreement. On occasion, sometimes I actually have not set up a business bank account where they required an operating agreement. Usually it's just the articles and the EIN, and then a photo identification, especially if you're going to be the name on that business bank account, you're going to want to have a photo ID ready and available as well.